Greetings, pro wrestling fans, and thank you for joining us at the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. I'm Nick, and I'm sitting here with...
Aiden English?
Oh my.
No, it's me, guys. Donovan. Donovan.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
That one might be the best. Shit. I was not expecting that.
Happy Aiden Day.
Oh, wow. You got the t-shirt? No.
It's Dragon Ball.
No t-shirt. Thanks for joining us at the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast, guys. It's Roundtable, episode 9.
Oh, we're almost there.
We're almost there. We're almost at 10. We've almost made it. Yeah. Thanks for checking out the show. Don't forget to check out Instagram and Twitter at PW LookBack on both. Send us DMs if you want questions for upcoming shows. We're kind of trying to see if we can get that going, and let us know. Send us an email if you want as well, prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com. The YouTube channel, obviously, Pro Wrestling LookBack, and the website, prowrestlinglookback.wordpress.com. Yeah.
That is the plugs.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can get our own stuff in. At Salsa. Follow me on Twitter, SCELSA, if you want a little PW LookBack stuff. Little, you know.
Yeah. I don't want to... Yeah.
This guy's got a thing lately about not plugging his...
I'm going to change my handle to Don't Follow Don.
Why is that?
At Don't Follow Don. I don't know, just something new.
It's a gimmick.
I'm like Y2J, man. I got many gimmicks.
Yeah, follow him on Instagram at Only1Hangman and Twitter at New School Money. Check the spelling in the description below, but
yes.
Thanks for checking it out, guys. Roundtable. Here we are, episode 9. I don't know, not the best start. I guess we want to get into kind of what we found out this week on Monday Night Raw regarding Roman Reigns and his announcement. I don't know. This was not what we were expecting when we turned on Raw. I mean, we were sitting, me, you, Younger, and Tanner, who've been on the show before.
Yeah.
And yeah, Roman Reigns announcing that he had been battling leukemia for 11 years and dropping the title in the middle of the ring. And I think we all kind of maybe not right away, but we all thought something was a little bit different when he came out, just by the way he was looking. His clothes, obviously, right away, I made a comment about that he was, in street clothes.
Yeah.
And then when he started talking and he kind of said, my name is Joe, we all looked at each other like, where's
this going?
Yeah, what's going on here? And then he told us, like I said, about the leukemia. I don't know. I mean, obviously our thoughts and prayers are with Roman Reigns. I mean, I feel bad because anything I've ever said on the show about the guy
obviously
has been directed towards his wrestling character, not the man, Joe. Alpha. Is that his last name? I think it is, but I don't want to get it wrong. Anyway, yeah, our thoughts and prayers are with Roman Reigns, and this is kind of, it's pretty out of the blue, out of nowhere. I don't know. Did you have any?
Yeah, I think it obviously caught all of us off guard. It was it made for a different type of show too. I feel like they probably had to switch a lot of things up. Maybe last minute.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy stuff, man. But, hopefully all goes well and we get to see him back.
For sure. It kind of shows you, your heroes are human.
Yeah.
One of those things, cliche saying, but it's true, right? You know what I mean? This guy's a larger-than-life superstar, but it shows he's human, too. And I don't know. Nobody, like I said, anybody I'm sure who booed Roman Reigns over the last 5 years, they weren't booing the guy, they were booing the character.
Yeah.
The way I look at it is I want him back because he's the guy that I like to boo. He's a character on TV and I don't mean that in a bad way. I genuinely just I think he or Bray Wyatt tweeted at him saying, what's Joker with no Batman? And I Roman might not be my Batman. It might be reversed in that sense, whether I like Bray Wyatt or not. I just mean to whatever's personal preference, if that's the guy that you like to boo or like to cheer, it's a TV show, and that's why we sit down and talk about this stuff. So
this is gonna lighten the conversation a little, but so Bray Wyatt's just out here calling himself the Joker now.
Apparently, yeah,
it's pretty high.
I guess, yeah, but he's been around. It's
funny you said that though, because I'm just thinking, where is Bray? I'd like to know.
Well, I
miss him.
I think they've kind of paused whatever he's doing with or ever since Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Because he was in the tag team. They were the champs. They were doing their whole thing. I mean, I don't want to get too
No.
deep into the Bray Wyatt discussion, but
Just know that, I'm looking out for the Bray Wyatt.
you got your ear and your finger on the pulse of the Bray Wyatt situation, yeah. But yeah, no, more a little bit on Roman. I mean, just kind of the repercussions of this, one, because I don't want to get too hung up on...
Yeah, no.
Not hung up, but I mean, I don't. Everybody knows, you know what I mean? Like I said, our prayers and wishes, and we hope Roman comes back and is better than ever. You know what I mean? It'll be one of the biggest heel or babyface, comebacks ever.
Ever, yeah.
And it was one of the most serious moments, I would say, in Raw or professional wrestling history when he made the statement that he made. I don't want to speak thinking that I watch this kind of stuff, but I listened to a show today with Wade and Bruce, and they're comparing it to, Lou Gehrig giving his speech at Yankee Stadium about the disease that he had when he had to stop, playing baseball, and they're comparing it to Magic Johnson giving his speech about having AIDS and not being able to continue playing basketball. So, I mean, I can't speak in the sense of seeing that stuff, but I can get where they're coming from, and it makes a lot of sense.
This is totally, I mean, it ties in, but
yeah, let's
say maybe a year from now, 2 years from now, Roman comes back, and do you think everyone will just, is this the...
Changed him?
Yeah.
I think so, but I don't want to speak like that's a bad thing.
No.
I honestly think that, like, when he was in the ring, like, even, like, he was just being him. He was just being the guy that we all kind of wanted him to be from day one.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't being a manufactured character. He was being himself, which is kind of what wrestling should be. You turned up.
Yeah.
So that I think people liked, but I don't know. I definitely think it's going to change people's opinion. Like, mine alone, like, when he comes back, I don't know if... Because, like I said, I always booed the character. It depends. If he comes back for a year and it's the exact... Like, I'm sure I'm going to be happy when he comes back just because he's back.
Yeah.
Because he's able to wrestle. And it's, like I said before, it's the guy that I like to boo is back. So it's, he's my Joker. So whether he is or not, the way I look at it. But yeah, I definitely think it's changed some people's perception of when he comes back. Like I said, I think when, and let's hope it's when he does come back, let's hope it's the biggest babyface comeback ever.
Like I said it to you during Raw, not to be a downer or whatever, but like I'm really glad that this is one that I did get to see this moment live, because you never know, this might have been the last time I ever get to see him, like.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That's why I say I hope and wish that everything turns out okay. I kind of wanted to ask you and talk about it. I found out, I don't want to take credit from this because this is pure my Wade Keller knowledge coming in, but as far as his sources are concerned, no one knew about this. This, and we don't even know, like I said to you before we hit record, I kind of hope and assume Dean Ambrose and Seth, maybe Roman pulled them aside at some point before the show and told them.
Yeah.
But as far as, like I said, Wade is concerned and his sources and everything, because I don't want to break that news here, no one knew about this, not even the announcers, bro.
That's crazy.
And I mean, I agree with it, because maybe they didn't want him to do, or he didn't want to do this twice.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he didn't want to have to do this speech, obviously different, but have to do this speech in front of all the staff backstage and then also have to go do it live. Maybe he wasn't, ready to do that. I don't know. But I just think not telling the announcers was maybe not the best decision. I just not because it came across weird. I just don't know if it was fair to them to have to find that out live while they're announcing. I don't know. It's different for more or less like people backstage, right?
Yeah.
They can react a little differently. And it's not like I want to get hung up on it and bash WWE because they didn't tell them. That's not what I'm getting at. It's just more of I'm curious why. But maybe it was Roman. I mean, if it was Roman's wishes, then it's Roman.
Yeah. It's his personal.
That's what I mean. If he didn't want anyone to know, then that's his decision to make.
And we got a very, a very genuine reaction from all the announcers afterwards too, which
I know, but that's what I mean. I think it was almost borderline uncomfortable because I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, I was okay with
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, it wasn't like
just an interesting point. Yeah,
it was just different. You know what I mean? And no one really knew. We watched that little video of Roman coming backstage afterwards and giving a lot of hugs to everybody. And I don't know. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to be too much of a downer, but we've said it a bunch. All the prayers and thoughts are with Roman. And I want to talk a little bit before we go into the rest of, I mean, it kind of is the rest of Raw.
Yeah.
But what are the repercussions of this, do you think? Like, we seen, and we'll just get straight to it. We'll get to the point because we're going to go Raw, SmackDown. We'll get some predictions for the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how this round table is going to go, across the table, how we usually do it when it's a two-man booth. But, yeah, there you go.
Shout out to Stone Cold.
Dean Ambrose with the major heel turn at the end of the night, because I don't want to go through the show in order. I kind of want to just pick out the major points from the show.
Yeah, wow, right?
What a night to do it on with all this Roman stuff we've just been talking about for the last, 10 minutes.
So,
yeah, unexpected. I again, I don't want to talk too much about Wade Keller on this show, but he was not a fan of this. No, and like I don't want to just, like I said, get his opinion.
What about yourself?
But yeah, I was fine with this, and a lot of because there was people that were calling in and stuff like that. Personally, like I said, I'm fine with this. I think they need to kind of keep it fresh, and as long as like Roman again was fine with it, as long as Roman didn't come up to them, and I don't mean you got to get the okay from him.
Yeah.
But if he knew that Dean was turning and he didn't have anything against it, then I don't know. I don't see anything that bad with it. Like, it's telling us the show must go on. And
yeah.
I feel like maybe this was going to happen soon anyway. Like, obviously not before Crown Jewel because of the...
Maybe not. It's hard to say. I mean, because we talked about this a couple of shows ago, like how... Well, I asked you guys, like, they keep teasing it as the writing on the wall. Like, why is it so obvious? I think this was a wicked way to do it, I think. Like, I don't know of another way that, like, especially with the turn of events that happened, like, it's an awesome way to do this turn, because as a fan of, Dean, like,
yeah.
This is a real shitty thing. Like, even me, like, looking at it, like, from a character, like, people are going to boo him. I love that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It would have
it.
been harder to get the genuine boos.
Yeah. Because
if they waited a few weeks,
like now, and it puts both guys in a good position. I think, like, you got Seth, who he's gonna get sympathy.
That's
like,
the word I was looking for.
You got the shit beat out of him, right? And everyone was kind of like, "What the fuck?" And the fact that they just won the fucking tag team belts together too, which, like, that throws a whole nother curveball into it as well. I was gonna say to you guys during the show, actually, I mean, I think everyone the
just me today.
The popular.
Oh, you meant when we
no.
when we were watching
when we were watching Raw. Sorry. Well, me, you, and fucking Aiden.
Oh yeah. Jesus, I
no,
forgot. There's three of us here.
Yeah. Come on.
Aiden's here.
But the general, assumption would have been that, going into that match, Seth and Dean are going to win the belts. Considering what happened. And I almost didn't like that. Like, I was going to say to you guys while watching Raw, like, I was like, I mean, I get it. I totally get it. You want a feel good moment. The whole
put
night,
the
like,
titles on
his
Roman's
boys.
buddies. Yep. No,
but it was very, like,
cliche. No, maybe
we could have seen it coming a mile away.
Yeah.
So I like the unpredictable factor of the turn.
Oh, for sure. I'm curious to and this is maybe not what most people would be thinking about, but I'm curious what's going on with the actual belts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are they vacant next week on Raw? What's going to happen with that? Because I don't think Dean cares.
No, he doesn't care. I don't think
about having that belt.
Yeah.
And he was talking a lot. I mean, obviously anybody who's listening to this probably saw the show, but he DDT'd, Dirty Deeds Seth right after the match when they were celebrating, and then beat the living shit out of him outside the ring and everywhere. And he was talking a lot about, and I didn't pick up on this while we were watching it. It kind of took a day or two for me to, like, think about it more. But when he was saying, what did you say? Like, he was screaming at Seth, like, saying, say it again, or don't watch your mouth. And he was saying all this stuff.
Yeah.
What I think he was talking about was when Seth called him a lunatic last week.
Oh.
And he was like, oh yeah, that's all I am, I'm just a lunatic. No.
Okay.
So, like, I think maybe that's what makes me think that, like, this maybe was planned even before they found out about Roman. Like, I'm not saying it was. It was, they had, like, I don't want to, WWE writers aren't usually the top guys for writing, but it's a lot. They don't think that much to think, let's plant this seed and then 2 weeks later, let's cash in on it. I don't want to assume that that's what they did. Let's hope that they think like that. But
I wouldn't bank on it.
No,
but I like this because, man, like all throughout the night, I know they have to do it to a certain degree. Is we kept seeing the clip of Roman making the announcement. Like we've seen it several times throughout the show, and it's like like
recapping what happened at the beginning of the night.
Yeah, so I think this also is a good way to kind of take the attention off of that and turn it into something else, like right away. Like the show does have to go on regardless.
For sure.
Hope all is well. Hope speedy.
Yeah, speedy recovery, like we said. I'm sure.
But yeah, the show had to go on, and this is a great way to turn people's attention. And I think in past weeks, Raw has been kind of up and down and lull, a lot of 6-man, a lot of blah.
Yeah.
I'm fucking excited, genuinely excited to see what's going to happen now with these guys. Forward.
I'm curious if it's going to be Dean and Seth like fighting it out for the IC belt or what's going to happen there. This is probably a good transition into Braun's babyface turn.
Yes, and which we also got a lot of turns.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm starting to think. Like, was this stuff premeditated, or was this all reaction to finding out the news about Roman? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Shake
it up.
I think the Dean one maybe was more set in stone, and the Braun might have been more I mean, I know we turned last week on Drew and Dolph, but I don't know if he would have been
a full on
babyface coming out cutting promos, about how Roman is going to beat leukemia up.
Yeah,
and he's got the first title shot coming up, which I'm fine with. That makes, it's a perfectly babyface thing to say that, that Roman's got, the first one in line when he's ready to go.
Yeah, the more I don't know, they talked about having the match between Braun and Brock, and I was kind of saying to you guys, I think.
So that's been changed, obviously, for Crown Jewel. It's no longer a triple threat. It's a 1-on-1 for the vacant Universal title.
Yeah. Do you think? I don't know. I was very much under the impression like Brock was just going to get it. But now, after the turn of events and seeing stuff with Drew, I could see Drew and Braun feuding for that belt. So I could see Braun even getting the title now. And
that's probably what's going to happen. I mean, I'm fine with that. I mean, it's cool to see Drew into the main event picture, and maybe it's a little bit quicker because of everything that's happened with Roman. I don't think it would have been this quick if Roman, wasn't sick. But this isn't going to be a popular opinion from any listeners, I would imagine, but I would prefer to see Brock win and just go back to what he was doing.
Yeah.
I don't know how well it'll work because of the whole, the way they booked him last time with him, like, quote unquote, hating WWE and not wanting to be there. But I just think I think it would be fucking wicked if and I'm, like I've said before, I'm not a huge mixed martial arts UFC fan, but I think it'd be fucking wicked if he shows up to the UFC with that belt. That would just be awesome for me as a huge pro wrestling fan, and vice versa. Like, cut a deal with Dana or whoever the fuck's running that company nowadays, and get them to cross promote the belts. Why not?
Yeah.
That and I like Brock, obviously. I'd like to see some more, maybe Brock and Drew. I'd like to see Brock try a little more, which I don't think is going to happen because I know he's so focused on the UFC right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Who do you like? I'll put it to you this way. I think Braun and I want Brock. Are you the same? Or do you want Braun and you think Braun? Because we'll get into our predictions later, but
I was saying, I really was thinking Brock was going to get it. I'm not 100% convinced.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna say Braun.
Okay.
I don't have a preference, honestly. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the way the title was beforehand with Brock and everything. But I get it if he is to get it back. I get it. But I think Braun should. I would like to see. I'd rather see Braun with it.
Yeah, that's what I figured. You'd rather see Braun, and you probably think Braun's gonna win anyway, like I do. So I don't know, but yeah, his babyface turn definitely something that we should keep our eyes open to see how it goes. And
yeah,
I don't know. I'm excited at least to. I mean, I know it happened a lot quicker than it needed to because of what happened with Roman, obviously. But it is what it is, and we'll see where they take it.
And What about another turn of the evening? Almost, I think. Elias and his little.
Oh yeah, that was
moment.
a pretty. I guess it was, eh?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, and he didn't get to do his whole segment there where he normally, walk with Elias.
Well, we had seen him earlier in the night. He had a match.
But I don't think he did his walk with Elias thing. I don't know.
He did some talking beforehand, I think.
Yeah,
I remember when they put him out, like when we seen him out the second time, I was like, oh, again?
Why is he out here again? Yeah, and then your boy came out quickly.
Yeah.
Old manager Corbin there, GM Corbin.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what the fuck they were talking about, but Corbin just kind of said, like, no, I got a show to run here. You got to get off the stage. And then Corbin walked forward to, like, talk to the audience, and then I think Elias just smoked him with the guitar, like, real good, and that was kind of the babyface turn, I guess.
Even just some of the things Elias was saying.
Oh, yeah, he told him to shut up, too. He said, and shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth, and he was doing the whole shtick.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, do you think Elias can, do you think he can thrive as a babyface?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely do. I have more faith, I think, in Elias than most.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a little biased, maybe not biased, but a little more on his side because I've seen the whole thing.
Yeah.
When he broke in to NXT, that was like my peak of at that point I think I was willing to miss Raw or SmackDown and I wasn't missing NXT. You know what I mean? That was my peak of watching NXT. I remember the promo videos and how they were talking about the Drifter coming.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I don't even think we knew his name was Elias until he debuted. It was just the Drifter.
There was a lot of, the Drifter.
Just the Drifter. And then he finally debuted, and the crowd, hated him. It was, genuine.
He had that go-away heat, I remember.
Yeah. Hated him. But then they kind of kept pushing him, and I guess, I've seen his whole career since entering the WWE, so I like that. And, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in saying it, but I feel like a lot of, the people like us in the podcast community and that kind of shit aren't big fans of him or don't think he can. But I don't know, man. I see that guy going far. Yeah. I see his only hindrance being the fact that he looks so similar to somebody like Seth Rollins, who's already on top.
Yeah.
Which can't be that big, but it will, you know what I mean? If you look that, I don't know how much he can change his look either.
Yeah, we got to get Seth back in that White Ranger gear, that's all.
Yeah, I guess that would work.
Little changes, or maybe one ends up on SmackDown. And
maybe Seth can play off. Isn't he like a punker guy? Maybe he can shave half of his head or something.
Fuck, man. Yeah, he used to do that when he first came out. I wish they
would really?
Well, not shave the head, but he was playing more off of his punk thing, early. I remember FCW.
Oh yeah, when he
NXT.
Did the mosh pit shit.
I like that.
That was cool.
And the gear.
I was just thinking to change his hair.
Yeah.
I know he didn't like the whole dyed hair thing. I remember him talking about it, not liking it. But I don't know. Maybe they could do something there.
Yeah.
So yeah, couple turns. It was
turns.
It was a lot of turns on this show. We had this. I just wanted to bring this up too because I thought about it before we were recording. The Paul Heyman segment.
Oh yes.
Him coming out. Him obviously not knowing what you know what I mean. He obviously found out about Roman 45 minutes prior.
Yeah.
Because we watched the video backstage and the way he was reacting to Roman obviously looked pretty genuine at the time, and his promo was different. I don't obviously remember how it was word for word, but he gave Roman his dabs at the beginning, and and then he got right into
his Brock
stuff,
yeah.
Crown Jewel, and which to mention, I don't know if we've mentioned it on any roundtables so far, but the crowd fucking boos the name of this pay-per-view every time it's mentioned.
Oh really?
I
didn't notice that.
If they say Crown Jewel, you hear maybe not the whole crowd, but the people who know are booing. You got to listen for it.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah,
that's soon.
Crown Jewel,
a week away or some 2 weeks maybe.
I think it's not this coming Friday, the one after that.
Okay, all right.
Which would be the 26th, so a week from the 26th, November something, I guess.
Yeah, which we don't know where it's going to be yet.
No,
maybe.
Heard
it was going to be in Canada.
Yeah, we'll save that for the end of the show when we do our predictions for that.
I was going to ask you, this is it's kind of...
Did you have anything else to say about the Heyman promo before we move on? I just want to...
No, to me, it was the typical Heyman stuff. I enjoyed the line where he brought up about Brock bringing the Universal title into the Octagon.
Like I said, and laying it down.
I like that line. That was cool.
Yeah, obviously, as did I.
Yeah. No, it's good promo. Heyman, mastermind. Are you segue more Raw stuff?
Yeah, keep going with the Raw stuff. I'm trying to find a tweet.
Are you digging the dynamic between Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor right now? It's a little feud they kind of got brewing.
I mean, I guess it's something for Finn, who lately I've not. Obviously, you can speak on my lack of, I don't know, enthusiasm towards Balor. It's something for him to do. It's better than hanging out with Bayley every week, I think.
Yeah, fuck. Jesus.
And Bobby Lashley and
Leo
Rush, I can't believe I forgot his name there for a second, are doing a good job, I think.
Yeah.
Together, and as good as, I don't know, man.
It's just like the crowd
I say that,
seems...
but then I think about it more, and it's like, they're not really doing that good of a job.
Yeah, there's something missing.
There really is.
I don't know what it is. There's a disconnect,
Yeah.
They gotta do some type of wild. I'm trying to think of ideas here.
I honestly and I don't want to just act like I don't want to talk about this, but I feel like we should come back to this in a week or two at the round table. Because I just don't. I'm with you. There's something missing there.
Yeah.
And I can't put my finger on it. But it's just because I think we all wanted Lashley to turn heel before.
Yeah. So it's on. I think they're on the right path.
I think for me, and I could say it now because I just kind of thought of it. I heard a lot about. I saw Lashley in his original run. Fighting Umaga at Mania 22 or 3.
3. Yeah.
3. Anyway, so I saw that run. I liked it. It was good enough. I was younger. Did the job for me. To me, when I was younger, he was African American. He was the Black Brock Lesnar, and I was fine. He filled that role perfect. I heard a lot since I got back into wrestling in early 2015. I heard a lot about, Bobby Lashley's changed so much in Impact and TNA or whatever the fuck it was called when I was listening to that shit. Mm-hmm. His promos are great, and didn't he have like 4 belts or something in TNA at once, or 5 or something?
He had a lot of titles. Yeah,
like
pretty much all the titles in TNA. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Where's that? That's what it is, I think. I think that's what's missing for me.
Titles or?
No, him cutting promos. Like, heel promo. And I haven't seen them, so I guess I can't put my bar too high, but everything I heard...
Who said that? I want to know.
Just any... Like, it's not even obviously Wade, because anybody who listens to our show knows that I listen to enough Wade Keller, but any podcast I listen to, Taz's show, because he was in TNA at the time, like, they always, said that he really... And I don't even think it was like, he's such a good promo.
Yeah.
I think he's come leaps and bounds from where he was in those Umaga feuds.
Well, even in-ring.
Oh, for sure. But I think he was always good in-ring, in my opinion. But I was younger, too. So.
Yeah, no, I know definitely in-ring he's improved, like, through that whole run in TNA and stuff. He was obviously able to do more talking there, too. I think they need to, like, do some more heelish things. Like, it was great when he attacked Owens and took him out after, and the whole turn, how it began. But even, like, he lost to Balor with the roll-up, and he didn't really do anything after. Like, I was kind of thinking, like...
He kind of was pissed, like, not babyface pissed. You know what I mean? I feel like...
I want him to kind of...
I know what you mean.
Went after him. Balor he was sitting on the ramp. Like, that's a chance. The guy's down, and you're a heel. Go take
and you're not down.
You
got taken. You got quick. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Little things like that. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe that's. I don't know. We'll see in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Like I said, we'll come back to that maybe next week on the round table or after that. Mm-hmm. Was there anything major else from Raw? The women's stuff, I don't want to, like I said, we like to keep it free flowing on the round table. And
we had an exciting contract signing. We had we had a 6-woman match again in between.
No, but the contract signing was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It wasn't
pretty good.
Oh, again, any longtime listeners will know what the fuck that means. But yeah, I don't know. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
Nikki was getting a little I don't know, borderline with some of the comments about her mom. That's another thing. You might be able to speak on that.
What's that?
I had no idea that Ronda's mom was in judo or, fighting champion.
Yeah, she was involved in judo as well. I remember that now when it was brought up. Do you wanna move towards the women's pay-per-view and talking to this, or more of the women's stuff that took place on SmackDown, and then?
I think we should. If I don't know, is there anything you wanted to say about this segment with?
No,
not really.
Not really. I like the.
Are you excited about this? I mean, we'll go into the pay-per-view hype later. I just want to get through. We'll go talk a little SmackDown, and then we'll get into our predictions for both upcoming pay-per-views.
Yeah, I like the dynamic of it that Ronda didn't actually put her hands on her. Like it wasn't. When we get these contract signings, we typically expect
it's always
a brawl.
We expect the table to be broken.
Table,
yeah.
Right? So it was kind of cool that Ronda just like Nikki she slapped her, and then Ronda just kind of like okay.
Yeah, and Nikki looked like she kind of gulped and was like, "Oh fuck!" Like
now speaking
what
of
the
another,
fuck did I just do? You know what I mean? And Brie too. Brie was even more like, "What the shit?"
Yeah,
like my sister's gonna get fucked up on Sunday. Like,
Would you? I heard this on another podcast as well. Would you be
shout him out? We're not afraid to shout him out on our show.
Would you be? Would you like to see a one-sided victory here? Like, would you like to see Ronda just beat the piss out of Nikki?
Not particularly, especially because I want Nikki to win.
But like, it's Nick. Like,
the only way I'll put it to you this way: the only way I want Ronda to win is if we're actually getting Ronda and Becky at Survivor Series. If that's not happening, then I want Nikki to win.
Yeah, that is always in the back of my mind too. I'm really big on this whole Survivor Series champ thing. Like that.
We don't even know if that's
happening, right? Yeah, but
we can end up with a 5-on-5 women's match where Becky's a team heels and Ronda's team babyface, and we've got
kind of cool.
That would actually be. Who do you think would? I mean, we'd get Natalya in there for Ronda. I don't know what other baby faces we got big on. Bailey and Sasha.
The Huggers. Come on.
Bailey and Sasha could get in there.
Yeah.
Dana Brooke maybe if she would. I don't know.
Keep her.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of other baby faces. Alicia Fox is a fucking nutbag.
On Raw?
Her character.
Ronda, Natalya, the Huggers, and we need one more.
Yeah, one more. Who are you gonna get? Trish in there? Bring her back?
Yeah, why not?
Get her back for Survivor Series.
Yeah, I like that.
And then what about the other side? Who are you getting on Team Heel?
Well, wait. Why can't we get?
We could
Charlotte.
get. Oh, this could work.
Why couldn't we get Charlotte on?
Leave your girl out of this for a second. We're having a conversation.
No, but are we talking about Raw versus SmackDown? Or are we talking about women? Like,
no, we're talking Raw versus SmackDown, women.
Okay,
but like Becky's still champ.
Okay.
So she gets to pick heels, obviously.
Yeah.
So we could get Becky. We could get the Iconics.
Yeah.
And we could get two more heels. Who's Mandy Rose and Sonya?
Yeah.
I mean, that could work.
Yeah.
I mean, you're leaving a lot of women off the card at that point.
Yeah.
Especially the championships being tied up already, like Charlotte being off.
Throw them in a battle royal.
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea. Man, they should do that at Evolution.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's a fuck. You should email them.
I know. It's almost like I'm writing for them or something.
Yeah. Hey, behind the scenes look. But yeah, let's go into SmackDown because I don't know if there's much else.
To
talk about on Raw. Like we said, all our prayers and thoughts are with Roman, and we hope you are back sooner, and soon. You know what I mean? I think the show, it was a good Raw. You know what I mean? With the stuff that Roman said, and like us, it was a moment, and then Dean's turn and all the turns we got. It was a pretty what's the word? Memorable show.
For sure, yes.
For sure. Yeah, so SmackDown, again, I don't really want to go through everything that happened on the show, but I think it started with the New Day, and they were talking a bit about the Bar and Big Show, and then they had a singles match. I think it was Big Show and Kofi. It might have been.
Yeah.
Big Show and Kofi one-on-one. I think Kofi lost. I'm not 100% sure, but there wasn't a lot of major talking points from SmackDown, I got to be honest. And I know I've said it before, SmackDown's not my top show, even though some of my favorite guys are on there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Was there anything specific? Because we'll go all over. Like, I know we got the women's segment, Who Are You? with Charlotte and Becky, which I think me and you might spend 10 minutes on that alone, but I only had 3 things written down.
Yeah, there was nothing major. I guess it was I find it interesting that they're
Let's work our way backwards.
What's that?
Sorry, I didn't. Again, I'm bad for that. But what were you gonna say?
No, I just find it interesting that we got this little tournament coming up at the Crown Jewel thing, and they're putting these guys against each other now, and I don't know who's gonna
bracket-wise.
Yeah, because we had Miz and Ray, and they're both in it, and they fought each other on SmackDown, and we had Jeff and Randy, who were both in it and fought each other. So it's just, I guess...
They're just hyping us up. But obviously those guys aren't fighting, I don't think. Like, we're not going to see Miz versus Ray in the first round robin or whatever, however this... It might just be a Battle Royal, man. Who knows?
No, well, they can call it that.
Yeah.
Right?
But
you can't call it a turn.
Depends where the show is, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
Let's kind of work backwards. The main event was Randy Orton versus Jeff. I know I started with the New Day, but whatever. What the fuck is Randy Orton doing right now? I mean, we had him in last week, which was awesome with the Evolution return and everything, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was mostly in character. He was laughing a little bit when Batista and Ric Flair started talking about, you know, stories that shouldn't be told on air. But I don't know. Like, I liked 2 weeks ago, his heel direction looked like it was on its way somewhere, and I don't know.
Yeah, I think right now he's not in limbo, but he's like, they're in this interesting place because we have this quote-unquote pay-per-view or whatever you want to call it, network special Crown Jewel coming up. And it's like, where is it going to go for Randy? Is he going to be winning the tournament, or who's he fighting in the tournament? And then Crown Jewel is not like a staple pay-per-view, like a Survivor Series, a Royal Rumble type of thing. So I think there's bigger things ahead for Randy and other superstars. Like, it's a awkward point. And then also a lot of the focus right now is on the women and the women's pay-per-view that's coming up first. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, I don't know, weeks ago he teased about coming after someone next, and I wonder if we're going to get more at this Crown Jewel. Maybe not, because they don't like to further storylines at these things. So
no.
Why would I say that? No. Now, the more I think about it, only as I'm saying it out loud, it doesn't make any sense. So, but I think leading into the coming Survivor Series, you know, WrestleMania season, which I can't believe we're almost getting towards that.
I feel like Rumble was...
There'll be a lot more for Randy coming up, I think.
Yeah. Do you think he's... I don't want to spend too much time on it, but do you think the title's in his sights? Do you think that's in Randy Orton's future? Another world title run?
Yeah.
What's he at? 14?
I think he's at 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, once you start getting up that high, I feel like you know, it's more calculated. Like John Cena ain't... I don't think he's winning another belt.
Yeah.
I don't think he's beating Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll keep him tied.
Yeah. I think we're okay with that.
Oh, I'm fine with that too. I'm just saying, like, I think once you start...
You know what happens if Randy gets that 14? He's tied with good old Triple H.
Is he? That's what I was going to ask you. I thought Trips was 15. I don't.
No, I believe
I could be wrong.
Okay, well maybe I could be wrong, and Randy could be 14. But I know they're one. I know Randy's one away from
either
Triple
way.
H.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll get more.
Tie. Is he able to tie the game? I don't know.
I don't know.
I definitely.
But I bet you will get a Triple H Randy Orton match at WrestleMania 40.
I'd pay good money to see that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No. I'm okay.
No, but I could definitely see him. He doesn't even have to get the title, but I could see him in contention for it. You know.
Yeah.
Depending who, like, AJ is a perfect guy for him to go at it with. If it's going to be AJ.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And like I think we talked about on last week's show, they haven't feuded or fought each other yet, so that would be cool to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't... You talked about it for quite a bit. I don't really have a specific like line of sight where I think Randy's going to end up, but I hope kind of maybe it is with the belt.
He'll be all right.
But I just want the vicious thing to keep up because I think that was...
For sure.
You know, it was a good thing they were doing. But
I know I say it every week, or it feels like every week, but I'm just waiting to see. Like, I think this limbo period, I'm not going to be too judgmental on certain things, but like I want to see more done with the U.S. and Intercontinental titles.
Yeah, again, no Shinsuke on
forward.
SmackDown.
You know, yeah.
Again, another week where I didn't write this down, and I didn't think to talk about it, but now that you just brought that up, I think this was the first week where I was watching it, and I started to feel a little bit like you.
Yeah.
I was and I thought about it. I'm like, fuck, Donovan's right. As I sit here and stare at my fucking Shinsuke Nakamura pop figure, where the fuck is Shinsuke this week? I'm watching it. I'm like, all right, I've been on your side, guys. You know, listen to the lookbacks, the roundtables.
Yeah,
I've been on the side of, you know, he's the U.S. champ. Don't worry. But I don't know what they're doing.
this is totally random, and like we said, I don't know if they're gonna go that direction and who would have titles by then. But if they did that title versus title shit, man, I would love to see Seth and Nakamura. That would be fucking insane. Like that just crossed my mind now randomly.
That would be really good.
Just fanning out.
I just feel like Seth's gonna be involved with Dean for quite a while, like all the way till Survivor Series.
Yeah,
because it's not as far away as we think it is. It's
not at all. No,
it's
not
like
at all,
weeks.
Yeah.
4 weeks, maybe 5, maybe.
Ooh.
It's probably like 4 weeks.
The gears are turning here.
So Seth and Dean, I could see being in some kind of stipulation crazy match, but
yeah,
I don't know. We've talked a lot about Raw, so I don't know where I have a few other things from SmackDown.
Let's get right to the meat and potatoes.
No, we're saving that for the end.
Okay.
DB and AJ. Little backstage segment. Well, they lost in a tag team match to the Usos.
Which good. I'm glad you brought that. Before the meat and potatoes, we get a little veggies here.
Yeah. Is that a Daniel Bryan reference?
Sure.
Oh, I thought you were going there for sure.
But hey, man, these Usos, another victory.
Yeah, 2 in a row over some top talent.
Getting a title shot, maybe a 2-on-1.
But I think, again, we talked about this last week. Have we not seen enough Usos in the bar? Hasn't that been done?
No, I'm talking about against AJ. They pinned AJ.
Oh, against AJ?
These guys have pinned the champ. And I know it's been screw-ups and mishaps between the team, but...
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, no, I'm just...
Maybe they can...
comic relief.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they can share the belt.
Maybe.
Who was going to do that like last year? Wasn't there somebody trying to do that?
I know the New Day teased it with the U.S. title, I think.
Okay, that's what it was. That's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, so their backstage segment after they lost, we had Daniel Bryan and AJ backstage. Daniel Bryan was kind of making a reference with his nose. Pinocchio saying like AJ really knew he was there when he kicked him, and Daniel knew it was really good, but it was kind of really bad too. Like it felt like, oh, this is cool. This is 2 big guys, like big stars. I mean, and like, it's cool to see them interact and it's funny, but at the same time, it kind of felt like 2 11-year-olds like arguing with each other. It was kind of weird.
Yeah. See,
not like I didn't hate it by any means.
Well, no, I don't know if I don't think I'm being completely honest here. I don't think it's because I'm such a fan of these guys that I like enjoyed it. Like I just think like that's Daniel Bryan to me. Like he's kind of quirky. He's kind of nerdy. Like that's him.
It was honestly more AJ that I was saying where he was like, "What are you talking about, man? Like, what are you doing with your like? You know what I mean? Like it's like what he's fucking doing with his finger, AJ. Come on."
Yeah, but even the way he came across was like, I got it. It's like that's these guys. That's
fair enough.
That's
the Daniel Bryan thing I get more. Like I totally totally agree with you.
And he was great. Like,
I know what you're saying.
With the sarcasm, like,
yeah,
oh yeah, sure. Like he played it well.
He pulls out the finger and he's like, what is this? What is this? And then he pulled. Too sweet, brother. And then what did he say? He was like, isn't that it? Isn't that how you do it, brother? And then he walks away. Too sweet. That was great.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
That was really good from DB. But I'm excited for that match.
Me too. Yes.
I don't know if it's going to happen if they have their match in Saudi Arabia, but again, we'll talk about that at the end of the show. I got one more thing before we get to the meat and potatoes of our discussion. We had Shane McMahon come down to the ring. Good old Shane O'Mac. And I wanted to read, and I feel like this might be a record, and this won't happen again, but a tweet from Wade Keller.
Okay. This is a record, yes.
Yeah. So he goes, Tom Phillips said Shane McMahon has booked The Bar versus New Day in a title rematch at Crown Jewel.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah.
God damn.
Epic, eh? And then he goes, interesting he credited Shane McMahon for the decision instead of Paige. And then he puts, in brackets, is WWE not allowed to have women even book matches for this show?
Well, Paige...
Bro, that killed me.
Was Paige on the show at all?
No, she was not.
She's probably busy.
No, but that's her fucking job. Don't tell me she's busy.
she's busy. She's got a lot going on.
I just thought that was funny. I don't agree with the no women on the show. Again, that was a fucking good tweet. So
she's a busy woman, man.
Yeah.
She's getting ready for the big pay-per-view.
Big Evolution. She'll be there.
Movie that might come out at some point.
Oh, it's coming out at some point with The Rock.
Her clothing stuff that I always see her pushing.
She's doing a makeup thing too. Why are we talking so much about Paige?
I'm just saying why she wasn't there. Maybe busy.
Fair enough.
She's dating some guy. The band. Maybe she was at a concert or something. She's busy.
It was just a tweet, a joke, man.
I'm being completely sarcastic if you couldn't tell. Fuck.
But yeah, so that was all. I just wanted to bring up that tweet and talk about the fact that Shane booked that tag match. Shane booked it, not Paige. Shane. But yeah, meat and potatoes. How about our Charlotte Becky PCP? What do they call it? They're just a PC.
Oh, wasn't that their group?
The Performance Center?
PCB.
That's definitely a drug, I think, from the 90s and the 80s.
What would they call themselves when they first came in?
Oh,
Becky.
PCB.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Paige, Charlotte, Becky. Yeah. And then there was Team Bad and Team Bella.
There we go.
Plus Alicia Fox. That was weird. But yeah, fuck, we've been watching this shit too long.
Those were the days.
Not too long, but some of this stuff is, I don't know. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as.
But yeah, we had a good segment here.
Yeah, this was really good. It was really different. Cool to see, them take it somewhere else and go to the Performance Center and have Charlotte be talking to some NXT rookies. There was a few people in there. I think a couple of Ronda's girls from, the Four Horsewomen UFC girls, Matt Riddle's sister.
Yeah, I think they were all.
The girl, I can't remember her name, but she's got the crazy contacts and then the dreads from the women's tournament.
Yes,
yeah. And a few of the other girls from the women's tournament were there, NXT rookies.
The Blasian.
Yeah, I can't. What's her name? I don't know, but she said that, so she called herself Blasian. I didn't know that was a thing. So
blue-haired Asian.
Is that what it? I don't think that's what it means. But yeah. So it was pretty cool to see Charlotte doing something different like that. She was just telling them, work hard, basically, pay your dues, all that kind of shit. I was nervous too, this and that. And then Becky kind of strolls in. Yeah. She's like, "Oh yeah, do your accent for us, Don." And I don't know. I don't remember what she said specifically. She basically just kind of told them, don't listen to Charlotte. If you listen to her, you're not going to end up there.
Listen to the champ.
Yeah, I'm the champ. Listen to the champ. I told this to you, and I told this to Younger when we were watching the show live. I love the little details, man. And Becky holding her title belt with two hands, like one on either side of the belt on her right shoulder, was perfect for me. Like the perfect visual of like the heel champion. It was something like Alexa Bliss or somebody like that would do too, where it's like, they're there and they're talking and they're hyping up how much they're the champion and they're the best, but they're holding on to that belt so fucking tight that it's like you could tell they don't want to lose it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you know why they're holding it so tight. So that was perfect. And then we got them attack each other. Yeah,
brawling. The girls didn't really jump. I thought that. No, I'm not gonna be the nitpicker again, as I have done a few times. But
oh, you will be in a couple minutes.
I was like, why didn't the girls didn't like try and separate them?
As
much. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they didn't want to get involved because there was some referees there.
Didn't want to lose their jobs.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like maybe don't touch the main roster stars kind of thing. At least there was referees there. I would agree with you a lot more if there wasn't any referees and then it was just them and they just let them fight. I only noticed this when we watched the YouTube clip, but I felt like there was too many cameramen.
Yeah.
Like one, maybe two would have been fine, but I caught two just in the one camera shot, so it was a little much, but I don't know. Should we get to the main aspect of this that kind of parted us in our liking of this overall segment?
Yeah.
So we had them kind of in a pull apart, and Charlotte screaming over to Becky, like, "What have you done?" Like this and that. "Who are you? Who are you?" Screaming at her, asking her, "Who are you?
Yeah.
What have you?" And we get, in my opinion, we'll get Donovan's in a second, but the best fucking reply you could ever get, and that's the women's champion. You know what I mean? And something you're not going to be like, I don't know. I thought that not only was this the best part of this segment, this was one of my favorite parts of the entire SmackDown episode that I watched last night.
Damn, and it's,
yeah, man, I really, I popped huge when that happened. When she's like, "Who are you?" and Becky goes, "I'm the women's champion." Just perfect, man. I don't know if there's a better comeback. Because that's not what she's talking about.
Yeah.
She's saying, like, "Who have you become?"
Yeah.
So that's psychological.
Yeah, no. I didn't have a problem with the response as much as I did like but like you said, it's women and.
Well, yeah, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it. To me, it felt like
if two girls
yeah,
that were
like
friends were
exactly two girls that were friends that fight, which happens from time to time. You know, that's kind of what she would be screaming back at her. Like, what happened to you? Who are you?
It was just a little cringy to me. That's all.
Yeah. If Tanner's on next week, and Younger too.
You want to get their opinions?
I want to get both of their opinions. And no discredit to Younger. You're the man. Shout out to Younger. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
But Tanner specifically, because I know Tanner's more of a casual fan and he finds things a little bit more cringeworthy.
Yeah.
You know, to steal a term. I'm really curious to get his opinion on that once we show him
the segment.
The YouTube
I'm a huge fan of. Like when I first seen it, I was on online scrolling on Instagram or whatever, and I came across it. I was like, oh shit, nice. Like just because I like that they took it somewhere else too. Like it wasn't that's what I've enjoyed about this feud. Like we talked about it on another show. It's treated like a big feud. Like it feels big.
Oh man, yeah. They I think it was Lillian Garcia's show that I was listening to where she talked about that, and Charlotte said too, like, we main event SmackDowns, we open shows. They do. They treat it like a big feud, and I feel like they don't do that as much on Raw with the women at all.
You know what it is? It's because wherever Charlotte is, that's where the...
Careful, you're starting to sound like me and Roman.
Yeah, no, but dude, that's that's what it is. Like I was going to talk to you about it before the show, but like that's, you know, and I like her, so it's like, it's weird,
but she's the
a
big dog.
Because I noticed it, like when she was on Raw, doing shit with Sasha forever, like that's what it was. It was her. Like they were the main event, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah,
and I'm not discrediting, you know, the other women involved either, but like definitely Charlotte is like a big piece of that.
For sure,
whole thing.
Yeah,
but yeah. Should we stroll into the pay-per-view?
Yeah, and I don't want to talk too much on each match. I kind of want to just get into predictions because I know we talked about Evolution last week too. Do you want to start with Crown Jewel predictions or Evolution?
Let's do Evolution.
Evolution because it's sooner?
Yeah.
Okay. You got all the matches up there? You want?
Yes.
This is all on you tonight.
No worries.
It's
you want to go... let's start. Let's start from the...
Start from the top or the bottom or wherever?
From the way it's probably going to go.
Well, yeah.
Or the way they...
As much as you were making your case that Charlotte and Becky were going to make
I said, I got to stop making fucking calls because I'm going to put my foot in my mouth. Like the whole,
it's okay.
You're the whole Samoa Joe thing.
1 in 10 of our listeners out there, if we have that many, are you know, they're with you.
Yeah.
You know, you might not be the popular opinion, but you're representing a certain group out there, Don.
Too sweet, brother.
Yeah.
Right.
Too sweet.
So we got this is recently announced, but I think we all kind of seen it coming. It's Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya versus the Riot Squad in a 6-woman tag team match. Which do you think this may open the show? I could see that.
I don't like. How do I make a yawning sound?
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that, but I'm not too excited about this. I can't say it's anything that's really caught my radar. I would say, like I said, I want to roll through this, but I would say, well, let's give it to Sasha and Bayley. What do you think?
I'm gonna give it to the Riot Squad actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that more because you like the Riot Squad, or is that because you think?
No, I just think they're gonna win it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
They have been doing well, so.
Yeah, and I hope this too, but I think there's more greater things to come for Ruby in the near future.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
I like the hair color change.
Not like I said, I don't want to go on it.
Not that I know that's not what you mean. But.
Yeah, no. I don't want to dive on it too much, like you said. But I would have much preferred a singles with Ruby and someone. I know we got to get everyone.
We'll
on the
get
show.
it eventually. I don't think there's any rush on Ruby right now.
Yeah. So for this one, we got the Women's Battle Royal, which I don't have all the participants listed, but we kind of.
I don't know. I told you I kind of thought it was going to be Asuka, and then we didn't talk about that when we talked about SmackDown, but there was a segment on SmackDown with all the women throwing each other over the fucking top rope. I wanted to see a tag match with Mandy and Sonya versus...
The Iconics?
No, I think it was Naomi and Asuka. And Asuka stood tall at the end of this, so I don't really think she's going to win based on WWE reverse psychology.
Yeah.
But I don't really have an alternative. Maybe a Mandy Rose if they're feeling like a singles push.
Yeah.
I could see that.
What about anyone on Raw? Maybe an Ember Moon?
Again, she's same thing as Asuka. She's kind of standing tall in Monday Night Raw, reverse psychology. I don't think they're going to do it.
Oh, yeah, she was. Yeah, I don't.
So, no, I didn't remember it until you said Ember Moon, but yeah, do you have any picks?
It's funny you brought her up. I don't know why, but I think I'm gonna say Mandy Rose.
That's what I was saying too. Yeah.
I don't know,
but it's
why.
got to be based on a singles push, in my opinion, because they're not going to give it to her and then put her back with Sonya.
Yeah,
Maybe they will, but
I don't see much. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think Asuka is gonna get it.
yeah.
I don't know. I just for some reason I think Mandy Rose maybe they're gonna do something with her now. And we got this is a good one. You'll like this one. The tag match between the legends, the vets.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to talk about
although,
it. Again, we talked about it last week. I think it should still be a singles match, but I guess it's just easier, and there's already like 7 or 8 matches.
Yeah, so Trish and Lita versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James.
I'm going to go with Trish and Lita.
Yeah.
I just think that they're going to have the legends win this one.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious, like, is Alexa hurt or not? Because I keep hearing rumors that she is. I heard her on Lillian's podcast. She's saying she's not, but I don't believe her. And
we haven't seen a lot of physicality from her too, right?
Yeah, and she hasn't, like, she's like, I've been off live events. Like, they took me off live events. And it's like, well, what do you mean they took you? They don't just give you breaks. That's not how, like, you don't just get weekends off because you're Alexa Bliss. Like, I'm not saying you do or you don't. I don't know, but I just mean, as far as I know, there's no off season. They just work. So.
Yeah. I'm going to also go with Trish and Lita.
The legends?
Yeah, that's due to the fact of me picking the Riot Squad earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then,
next.
So the 2018 Mae Young Women's Classic Tournament Finals here. This should be a good one.
Yeah.
We got Io Shirai versus Toni Storm.
Yeah, spoilers. I don't know if that's already happened or
Yeah.
not, but we talked about it last week, so it's, anybody who's listening to us doesn't care.
It's right here, so.
But yeah. So, I don't know much of Io Shirai. I saw her qualifying match.
I know Younger is a Toni Storm fan.
Yeah, and so am I. Not as anywhere near as much as Younger, because I can't say I've watched anywhere near as much as her Work in Progress or ROH if she has worked there, or WOH or whatever, however they work it. But I think Toni Storm's going to win this. And I don't want this to come across weird, but I think in partly because I don't think they're going to go with 2 Japanese wrestlers 2 years in a row. And I just don't think they will.
Yeah.
But it's more to do with the fact that Toni Storm was in last year's tournament.
Oh, was she?
She was a favorite last year. I think they're going to give it to her.
Yeah.
I think she's earned it, and I think she's one of these people that, like, can knock doors down for the people that bash, the Carmellas and the Mandy Roses and the blonde-haired, really good-looking girls. Like, she can fucking go, man. Like, she can wrestle. She's just as good as Sasha or Bailey or one. Like, she can fucking wrestle. So, I don't know. That's my pick. What about you?
Yeah, I forgot that she was in it last year as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Toni Storm. As well. Yeah. And so this one, it's weird that I guess it probably would have been announced today or depending when you're listening to it. But this is the Women's NXT Championship match. But the opponent for Rhea Ripley, who's defending the title, is still to be determined.
Wait, so Rhea Ripley is the UK Women's Champion?
Yes.
It's weird because I haven't watched any of this UK show, but I watched her in the women's tournament, and she moves on past... I can't remember. This girl who hurt her knee. But it's just weird because she wasn't the champion there, so I didn't realize. And I remember hearing the name last week on the roundtable and not knowing it, but then I watched that women's match and seeing her name. I know I'm probably confusing people, but anyway, I don't really... I mean, she's pretty jacked, and she's a big, tough chick. I'm going to probably go with her no matter who the opponent is, unless it's somebody that we don't know of that's going to show up last minute, and they might win. I don't know. Yeah. If it's not somebody like super, like that we know, like a name that's like, oh wow, it's her.
Yeah,
we haven't seen her since this. Then I think this Rhea Ripley girl will probably win.
Yeah, I kind of hope maybe I don't know this for sure. I don't know how they work it if it has to be someone from the UK or whatever. Maybe it'll be a veteran, someone of it. I'd like to kind of see that maybe someone putting Rhea over.
But like a UK...
No.
Vet?
Because I can't think of a UK vet.
But that's what I mean. I don't think they're going to have somebody in there that's not British.
Yeah, but I don't know that too.
No, neither do I.
Yeah.
It's the UK women's title. I don't really think they can have somebody in there that's not from the UK.
Why not though? That's stupid.
Because
like
yeah,
but the European title.
Yeah, but they're not treating this. I'm happy they're not treating this NXT UK is NXT UK. Like it's on at 3:00 in the fucking afternoon.
Yeah, but
they're
their
not
rosters, their roster pools aren't huge either.
I don't know, man. Even guys like Noam Dar and shit from 205 is gone.
No, I'm aware
he's back.
of that,
I didn't know that.
I just don't think because I just
found
seen
that
the
out.
clip of him fighting Pete Dunne or whatever. But like, I just don't think that. I don't want to get into this.
No.
Next match, because I don't know who she's fighting. I'm gonna say she's gonna retain the title.
Neither do I. I just don't want you to look at that division, that show, with the same eyes as a European Championship.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I just think their roster pools are weak and they don't have enough people to do like.
Stay tuned tuned next week. I want to talk about this next week on the roundtable.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's already a topic that's been established for next week.
Yeah. It's weak.
We'll get to it. What's the next match?
It's this is a good one. I'm looking forward to. It's Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship.
Same here. I think I'm more excited for the story than the I know the match is the story, but this is built well. We were talking to Tanner about it last week, how the pin that happened, and Shayna being all pissed about her not losing. It was her mistake, not Kairi's win. So I'm gonna go with Shayna. Yeah. I think Shayna's gonna take the belt back. I'm not confident in that, but that's my pick. What about you?
You know what? I was gonna ask you, just like based on the other women's title matches, mainly the main three, this one and SmackDown and Raw. Do you think do we have to get a title change at some through one of these three, right? I would say. That's kind of what I was basing my.
You can look.
My Booker eyes
there.
off.
We'll get there.
So
I think
I don't know.
We'll get there.
You know what? I'm gonna say Kairi Sane is gonna retain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we get Shayna up soon, very soon.
Yeah, I could see that.
Very soon, like real soon.
Like feuding with Ronda if she retains the belt soon.
I don't know about all that. Maybe not necessarily, but I think
sooner than later, before Rumble, she'll be at Mania.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
that's one of my fucking wild.
Yeah, you know what?
Ridiculous calls again.
I think Shayna's gonna win, but like I said, I there might be more than one title change. Let's keep going.
So this is the big one here. Who are you? Who have you become?
I'm the women's champion.
Yeah.
No, I can't do an accent very well.
The last woman standing match. I hope this gets fucking vicious.
I hope it gets time, and I'm pointing to my watch right now. If you can't see me.
I think they will. They'll get time.
Let's hope. But I'm going with Becky.
Becky
I just honestly, I don't have anything else to say about this. I just want to see Becky fight somebody that isn't Charlotte.
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say about Charlotte. I just genuinely want to see Becky versus X.
Yeah,
versus
another opponent.
Another opponent.
Totally get you. Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Do you think? How does she keep her down? Do you think there's gonna be a?
I think she's gonna win heelish again somehow. She'll find a way, which I like that I don't really have a good idea as to how that might be, but because that's the count, right? Last woman standing, one.
Yeah.
That's like a boxing match. Yeah. So maybe she'll pin her down some fucking heel way, trap her arm under the table, she's stuck. Her arm's stuck under the table. She can't fucking move or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I guess you're knocked out. I don't know if the ref would be counting at that point. Either way, I think she'll do something different. This is why I don't think this match is going to close the show, because I don't think it's going to end happy-go-lucky Evolution pay-per-view ending, which we're probably going to get, unless Nikki wins, which we can go to.
You're right. So you bring up the fact of I don't want to see them go at it. Like, I could use a break.
Oh, yeah. We need a break. And it's not even as much the break. It's just, I want to see Becky against somebody else.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's not even like, it has nothing to do with Charlotte.
Yeah.
It's just, I would need a change of pace.
No, for them too. Yeah, I want to see them both do different things.
Yeah.
I don't know, though, man. After watching that promo, I was really kind of, my decision was, I was kind of thinking, is Charlotte going to get the belt back here? Is that what's going to happen?
I hope not.
So here's one of two ways.
Again, not because of Charlotte.
I'm rambling on
because
again.
of Becky.
I'm rambling on. I'm rambling on with the time here.
No, it's all good.
I think it could go one of two ways, like as far as outcomes. So I'm looking at it like that. I'm going to say if Charlotte wins, this whole thing could get turned upside down. No, I'm going to say Becky's going to retain, but someone's going to help her. I don't know who. She's going to get someone in her corner now. She's going to get some type of heat. Like someone's going to, I don't know who. Like, and I don't even know if this is random as, like,
yeah.
That's kind of, yeah. She's going to be a heel going forward.
And have a heater?
Not necessarily a heater, but just some kind of protege or something. And not like Charlotte Dana, like, not to rip off that whole thing, but
I know
something, someone, I don't know. Maybe. That's my call.
I see where you're going.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And then in the main event of the evening, we have the Ultimate Diva
versus
Nikki Bella.
Yeah. Nikki Bella, the Diva, longest reigning Divas champion.
Ever.
Yeah. With Brie in her corner, I would imagine.
With Brie. Brie mode.
Brie mode.
Against the reigning, defending Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, the baddest woman on the planet.
That's right.
I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, right? Like, how are they?
Because I think it's going to be like what you said, where it might be a little one-sided. I don't think we're going to see any twin magic.
No? Not a stuffed...
I was just going to say, do you remember when that happened? You remember when they did that and Brie started pulling out the fucking tissues? And she's like, I'm not Nikki. Look, I'm not Nikki.
Yeah, now
I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh, my God.
Not a stuffing? No?
Not a stuffing. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think there's going to be any stuffing.
Do you think Ronda just, like, in similar fashion?
I think there's...
And I heard it from Don. Shout out to Don Tony.
Yeah.
And Kevin Castle, that show. He just brought up the fact of it, maybe something similar to the Brock Cena SummerSlam years ago, where Brock just beat the shit out of Cena, like the suplex. Not to say Ronda's going to just pop.
Suplex her.
Maybe she'll just judo throw her 20 times.
I hope not. Those are so, like, not cringe, like, you know, they're just like, they look like they fucking hurt. They don't look like they're...
Yeah, she really gets her hips into it.
Yeah, and the arm, like, I feel like my arm would dislocate if she did that to
Olympic background.
But yeah, I'm going to go... I don't know. This might be the one where I'm a little more hesitant because I feel like I've been pretty straightforward on all these. But I would say I probably want Nikki to win. Mm-hmm. And like I said to you earlier, that's based on, you know, where Survivor Series is and what they do there with whether or not the champions are fighting each other. But I think Ronda's going to win.
Yeah.
If I had to put my WWE booking glasses on, I think they're going to probably go with Ronda.
Yeah. I like the fact that I don't fully know on these last few.
Same here. I feel like I do know with the Charlotte. Like, I'll be mad if Charlotte wins. Like, I'm pretty upset. Just because it's like, come on.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's a bit, you know? Yeah. But I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I wouldn't. I would not be shocked if that happened. Not to jump back.
I guess, like, yeah.
But, so with this, you know what? I could see Ronda, like, taking control and just taking it. I think not I don't know though, my fucking far out predictions. I was gonna say, you know, maybe this is the Natalya backstabbing moment and Natalya sides with the fucking Total Diva crew and turns on Ronda Rousey. But then we don't get that feel good moment. Or maybe Ronda,
maybe Shayna Baszler's a babyface and she shows up after her match earlier in the night. I don't know. Like you said, maybe that's coming sooner than later. Yeah, that was a little
a little bit much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna think too hard. I'm gonna say Ronda's gonna retain.
Fair enough.
Dominating fashion.
Either way, are you excited for the show?
I'm excited for
like as a whole. I mean, are you excited to come over this Sunday and watch it where you're
sure
sitting right now?
I hope not. I like the other seat, but that's.
That's good.
I think the vibe will be different in the air.
He likes to sit in that seat for recording,
yes.
and this seat here to my right, for watching pay-per-views and look-backs.
That's right.
Shout out to the Look Back show. It's coming back.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring it back.
We're
just
hit
busy
hard
on weekends and trying to get more roundtables out there.
And then we got this woman's pay-per-view too. We would, you know.
Oh, exactly. That's what we record the look-backs on Sunday, so we kind of get.
But be on the lookout for the Look Back.
Yeah.
Coming back.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Like
Yeah.
I said last week,
I think. Sorry, not to cut you off, but
No,
I
go.
do think the vibe's gonna be different in the air, and not to sound too like corny or whatever. But it'll be interesting.
Do you think this is totally random as fuck? But do you think there's gonna be any like do you think there'll be more women in the crowd, like a noticeable amount? Because I feel like there's a noticeable amount of guys. Like there's a lot of women and a lot of children at WWE shows, but there's still, 60 to 75% guys. I would say.
I don't think any more than usual.
I don't think so either, but I was just curious to get your
But they are in the
opinion.
New York area, right?
Yeah, it's in.
So I'm
it's at
interested to
Nassau.
see this
It's at
crowd.
Long Island.
How this crowd's gonna be like? I think they're.
I think the people that bought tickets that want to go.
it'll be a
gonna
good crowd. I
yeah.
think, overall, like I'm looking forward to that because a good crowd makes for a good show too.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be too much negativity.
No.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Especially for those main top tier matches, the NXT Women's Title, SmackDown, and Raw. I'm looking forward to those, especially.
Yeah. And we might see some changes, like we said.
Yeah.
So. But I don't know. Overall, I think Raw and SmackDown were both good shows. Obviously, a little up and down with Roman and stuff like that. But I got an idea here. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking this on the fly here.
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk about Crown Jewel.
Yeah, no, it's.
I got one question
It's
for
not-
you about it. I don't really want to get into predictions.
Yeah, no.
I just want to. This is the only question about the show. I mean, we talked last week, I think, whether we're excited or not. Maybe we're excited for a couple matches here or there. I don't know. We'll get to it. It's not this week anyway. But do you have any other possible ideas for locations?
Yeah, I've said it 1,000 times. Tokyo.
But that's hard to just. I mean, they haven't even started selling tickets, and it's like. I mean, realistically,
No.
Like it's 7 days away from when we're recording this show on the 24th of October, 2018. I don't know. I don't have anything crazy. I mean, they could obviously go to somewhere in New York, put up tickets on sale
That's what I
tomorrow.
was thinking, yeah.
They could probably sell them. Again, I feel bad because this is going to be like the 5th time I'm bringing them up on the show. But Wade had a really good idea that I never would have thought of.
Yeah.
Go to a military base. You're going to be able to sell it out immediately. Like, you don't have to sell the tickets. You're putting on the show for the troops, and it sends a good positive message. I just think that's a pretty good idea too. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I didn't.
They should have figured this out sooner.
But you bringing that up about I would definitely say, if they're gonna keep it in the States, just obviously probably one of the big wrestling towns, like a Philly, Chicago, New York, one of those places. I think that.
They only got 7 days to sell tickets, so it might not be. It might be in like a smaller.
Brock Lesnar, man.
Yeah, but they might. No, it's. I mean, they'll
Kurt
sell
Angle.
quick. I mean, if they were in Toronto,
We got
I
a
bet
best
you'd
in the
sell
world
pretty-
tournament.
Best in the world. Yeah, I don't know. But that was it. I don't want to spend too much time on Crown Jewel. We'll talk about it more in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
Excuse me, if it ends up happening, which I do think it is. We'll talk about it next week on Roundtable. But yeah, I don't know. Not much else to speak about on the Roundtable for this week, I don't think.
Yeah, no. In other wrestling news, I know Cody Rhodes lost his NWA title recently.
Yeah,
I
that was at
don't-
an NWA show, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't like him defending it at a different show.
I know. We got the Jericho Cruise is coming up.
I think that's
I believe
happening
that's
right
like- yeah,
now, as
yeah.
far as I know. Like it's this week or this weekend.
This weekend, or could be as we speak.
They might have already
Set
left.
sail.
Yeah, that's the word. That's better than whatever the hell I was gonna say. Fuck.
Yeah. So I'll watch the main event of that show probably.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. There's not too much going on, other than the obvious stuff that we touched on.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We thank anybody for checking out the show, as always. It's been a pretty good one.
Pretty damn good.
Across the table for the round table. And yeah, check us out on Twitter, like I said at the beginning of the show, guys, at PW LookBack on both Instagram and Twitter. Send us direct messages if you want any questions answered or topics, ideas, anything. Comment below if you're interested. Subscribe, like, follow, all that stuff. Send us an email, prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com. The website, prowrestlinglookback.wordpress.com. Sorry if I haven't updated that as much as I used to, but I'm going to get back on it. The YouTube channel, as always, Pro Wrestling LookBack. Just look up Pro Wrestling LookBack. You'll find us.
Yeah.
Check out me on Twitter as well, at Salsa, SCELSA. On Instagram, it's the exact same. I don't know, like I've said every time on this show, if you're interested in Formula 1 or racing, definitely give me a follow on there. And I probably get some other Star Wars and nerdy shit going on sometimes, as well as whatever wrestling shit I get up to. Donovan?
Yes.
You're sticking to this? You're going to make me say your Twitters and Instagrams, or you not even want me to tell the people?
It's at New School Money.
On Twitter.
On Twitter. And my Instagram is only one hangman. But don't add me, please. Don't want to hear from you.
I don't know if I like this new gimmick, but...
Well, I'm a heel.
I'm Nick. Thanks for joining us at the PW Lookback Roundtable, guys.
Yes, stay classy.